Hey, my YouTube friends. Today we're going to be making a couple fall crafts, and I walked outside this morning and it's like the perfect day. We live in Florida, as many of you guys know, and when I come out, I was like, oh my gosh, it feels like fall, y'all. I guess you have to be from Florida to really understand why someone would get excited because it's 72 degrees outside. But here it is. Anyway, all right, we're going to go ahead and start crafting. I hope you guys enjoy this. I've really enjoyed making these. So the first thing we're going to do, we have these little styrofoam pumpkins that you can get in all kind of, they come in all kind of decorations. We're just going to pop the top off of this little, oh, that was easy. I'm going to pop the decoration off of it. And we're going to cut the top out of it. Let's see. I'm just going to take a regular, just a butter knife, and I'm going to cut a hole in the center. And I will show you why in just a second. And take one of these little tea light candles that you can get from the Dollar Tree. Make sure it fits in. So I need to cut a little bit more out of this. We're going to make some candles. All right. You know, you probably should save this styrofoam. We could use it for snow during our Christmas projects. We'll see. Look at the static. Okay. Let's see if this fits. Take a little bit more out of there because you want it kind of flat. This side's not flat enough. Alright, here we go. After I get all these styrofoam off of me, we're going to take our hot glue gun, and I'm going to drizzle hot glue all over the top. And the reason I'm doing this is because this is going to look like our candle wax. Come down on the side a little bit so it looks like your candle is melting. And this is going to take a couple times. You're just going to drizzle it all over the top, and then it's got to dry, and then we'll do some more. But see how it's kind of rolling down? It'll look like our candle wax. Is rolling down. I'm going to take some and drip it a little more. And just glob it all on. It'll roll down. It's going to take a couple sticks of glue, but it'll roll down naturally. Then we're going to paint it, and when we paint it, it actually look like the candle wax is melted all over our little pumpkin candles. I'm going to try to make this look as realistic as a styrofoam candle could be. Let this sit and dry for just a minute, and we'll add some more wax to it. I have two that I've already done. How it just looks like, wax is melted. And we're going to take these over, whoops. I'm going to take these over and paint it, and hopefully they will look like candles when we get done. Now what we're going to do is paint our pumpkins. Waverly chalk paint in the color Maze. This is kind of light, but we're going to add some orange to it and some green, kind of like this one. Just going to paint all over this. Excuse the sniffles. I've got a cold. I've been trying to fight for about a week now. I'm going to go inside just a little bit. But our lamp, or our candle, will be inside there, so you're not going to see it anyway. And I don't know right now how many coats we're going to have to use for this, because this is me. It's real. We're doing this together. But I will let you know if I have to do another coat. And towards the bottom, I'm not really worried about it, you know, full coverage, because we're going to paint over it anyway. I stuck my finger in it again. Friends, thank you for watching, and I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy watching crafting videos just because you like watching, or because you're a crafter yourself and you need inspiration. Subscribe and like, leave me a comment. It really does help my channel out. And like I said, I'm not too worried about all the coverage, because we're going to be dabbing some orange and green, you know, all over it anyway. So we're going to do that one. I'll probably do this one in orange. And I might do this one in green. Let's see. We're going to use our Waverly chalk paint in the color pumpkin to color this one up a little bit. Just want to get over top of this glue to where it looks like our orange pumpkin candle is melting instead of hot glue melting. We're just going to dab it all over, so we don't have to paint this whole pumpkin. Well, that was just easy peasy. We'll go right along the inside of this just to make sure it doesn't show. That's what we're going to do in the color moss, Waverly chalk paint. I had a lot of paint on the lid of my my paint jar, the little, you know, paper thing, and I didn't want to waste it, so I went ahead and smeared it all over it. I'm just dabbing this all over, like kind of to cover up some of the green that's already on there. Let's see what this is going to look like. Just going to paint the whole thing. We can color it back up in a little bit. You're not really going to see the bottom, so that really doesn't matter too much. Okay. I'm going to let these dry, and we will be back in just a minute. Alrighty guys, so our pumpkins have dried. I just want to show you. Now they kind of look like the glue that we put on here. It kind of looks like melted candle wax. I think they turned out really cute. And we're going to put in our little tea light candles. And as you can see, I still need to paint in some more. And I'm going to paint the top of the candles the same color. And that's what we'll do now. We'll go ahead and touch up these and paint the top of our candles. I don't know where my other pack is, so as soon as I find them, I'll have to do this. But we're going to go ahead and paint the top of our candles and paint the inside of our styrofoam a little more. I'm going to do orange first, because we only have a little bit to do on that one. And I thought I had it enough, but I didn't. I'm just going to go in here, make sure to cover up everything. Paint the top. And I'm not going to glue these candles in, because you want to be able to take them out, turn them off and on. So we're just going to stick them down in here, and when we get ready to turn them on, we'll just pop them out, turn them on, and there we go. See? Now it just looks like a candle. Make sure we get everything painted. You can't see anything white. Cute, cute. And this one I'm showing you, looks like there's something in here, but oh, okay, I got it now. I could see it in the camera, but I couldn't see it when I was looking at it. Okay, there we go. Now when these dry, we'll set them up. All right, we got the insides painted, and I'm going to take a little bit of this truffle, Waverly chalk paint in the color truffle, and just dry brush a little bit on here, just to give it a little bit of something. So it's not so bright. Actually, it's not. I mean, I'm really pleased with these colors. I was surprised. I thought I would want more. But I like it. Not just a little bit. Not too much. Oh, got a little happy there. Just a little in the creases. Maybe a little on the top. If you're enjoying this video and you can think of somebody else that might enjoy it, feel free to share. The more the merrier. We can never have too many crafty friends. And also, if you see something that you think I could do different or something that you want me to try, feel free to leave me a comment and I will definitely try. Here we go. Not too much. Just a little touch. We're going to take our tray. I've got a couple leftovers from the Styrofoam pumpkins. And one of these little fall picks from the Dollar Tree. Oh, I'm sorry. Add a little bit of Spanish moss on our tray. We're going to put our pumpkins on here. Add a little bit of leaves. Oops. And I'm just tossing these leaves on here. I'm not going to glue them down. Just going to put them in. Spread them out a little bit. Give it a little bit of color. Let's see, we'll use this big one. Throw that in there. We'll throw this one back here. Just toss these in a little bit. And there we go. Oh, and we're going to roll it off. Try it like this. All right. I think I'm happy with that. I will show you as soon as I get it staged up and where we're going to leave it. And here it is, the final project. I love it. I think this turned out so super cute. Very festive. And I'm going to turn the lights off in just a minute and let you see how it looks in the dark with the candles burning. I think it really looks like candles. Let me know how you like it. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. And now, moving on to our next project. You're going to need either, if you can find one, the trucks that have come out, just the wooden trucks that have come out this year. I couldn't find any, and I chose to use this Valentine's Day truck from earlier in February. So we're going to need one of these trucks. We're going to need some of these little pumpkin decorations. And we're going to cut these in half. I cut these in half earlier. I'll show you how I did it, another one. But you're going to need some paint, whatever color you decide to use for your truck. I actually used the Ocean in the Waverly chalk paint. And, all right, let's go. Okay, so I lost my footage of where I painted the truck, but that's okay. I'm sure you guys are not worried about watching me paint. But here's the truck. I used the Waverly chalk paint in the color Ocean, and I painted. I did not even take the glitter off of the truck. I just painted over it. And you can see there's a little bit of glitter left in there still. You can also see the Happy Valentine's Day, and you can see, you know, all the lines. So what I did with that, I just took my Sharpie and outlined, because you guys know I'm not a good painter. I don't freehand. That's just the way it is. So I outlined all the little stuff. I can't take credit for that. I just copied. And I'm not even going to lie about this. I will go ahead and show you my little secret. I took a can of corn. I put it over the tire. And I outlined it with my Sharpie. And I painted that in. So, there we go. As real as it gets. Now what we're going to do from here, I'm going to go ahead and take my Waverly chalk paint, and I think I'm going to use the color Mineral instead of white, and paint inside the tires and paint the little light for the truck. So let's do that real quick. Okay, there we go. I'm going to do my little, oops, a little light up here. Just a little filling in the blanks. I'm not going to worry about my window. I'm going to leave him the wood look, I think. Okay. What we're going to do on these, I've already cut some of them, or most of them, but I have some of the little picks. The decorative picks that you get from the Dollar Tree. They're the Styrofoam. I have some little gourds or pumpkins that come off of the decorative fall pumpkins that Styrofoams. And I just pulled those off of there. And what we're going to do, we're just going to take a knife and cut it in half. That way they'll lay flat on your truck. You just put it flat on there. And like I said, we're not going to paint this because it's all going to be covered up anyway. I am going to take a little bit of paint and paint a little bit of our pumpkins. And that way it'll be, you know, it'll be ours. It'll give it a little more color than just, you know, just orange. So since I did, let's see what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna take these little cheap paintbrushes that you get in a pack of, I don't know, 10 or 20 from Walmart or the Dollar Tree. I'm gonna take these and I'm just gonna brush over a little bit. We're gonna use the I think it's maize. I think that's how you pronounce that. the Waverly Chalk Paint and Maze. I'm going to use the Waverly and Moss, and also Truffle, just to give these a little bit more color and kind of mute them out a little bit. I'll probably also do a little bit in the mineral, and I still have a little bit of mineral left on this paintbrush. So let me see, I'm gonna just touch him up a little bit with it. Just kind of mute it, just so it's not so, you know, orangey, maybe. Kind of brush them off a little bit. All right, let's see, we'll do a little yellow. Just kind of gives it a little, you know, little different flair. This one's too globby, so I'm going to try to fix that a little bit. Just dry brush it a little bit. Whoops. Grab the moss. Do the same thing, just kind of put a little bit of color on here. I'm gonna smear this one back out in just a second because that's kind of clumpy. My styrofoam come off. Just give it a little, you know, little dimension, little different look-see. This one's already got a little bit of green on it. That's the way it came. Just a little, you know, a little something, something. Let's see. Mix this with a little bit of it all. All right, I think that's about what we're going to do. Actually, I want a bigger pumpkin too. That's the same thing, just a decorative fall picks. I'm going to cut this one in half. Pop it off. And just cut him in half. This one I'm going to use truffle. And the ones that have the little stems on them, I'm just going to paint them brown, that's all. possible. Just a couple of lines to it. Just so they don't look like Dollar Tree on pumpkins. Have this harvest sign. I painted it black, but I don't think it really looks good on the truck. Show you. I don't think it really pops out enough. So I think I'm going to take the mineral and just dab it on with my little sponge. Just going to dab it on a little bit and maybe it'll stand out some. I don't know. Should I use the mineral or should I use the green? What should we do? What should we do? Let's use the mineral. Just going to take this little sponge that you get from the Dollar Tree and I'm just going to sponge it. It takes a little bit to paint these metal letters. So if you were just doing it with the one color, like if you were just doing it with black, it would take a couple coats anyway. But I'm going to use a sponge and that'll give it a little bit more texture also. And because it already has the black on it, this should be, I shouldn't have to do it again. All right, we're gonna let all this dry and we're gonna glue our pumpkins on our truck. All right, now we're just gonna take our pumpkins and put them on here, decide where we want them, and go from there. We're just gonna fill in the truck with it. Put hot glue on it. And glue it down. Ow, that's hot. And I'm just gonna stick them randomly all over. Let's see how that one works. I'm gonna have some coming off of the bed and probably gonna end up putting a little bit of moss in here too, just to add to some of the coverage. Oops. Just play around, arrange them how you want. Put your pumpkins wherever you think they need to go. This is your DIY. It's going to look great any way you do it. It's going to turn out absolutely wonderful. Remember to hit that subscribe button, and if you click on the notification bell when it appears, YouTube should notify you every time I upload a new video. I'm going to stack some on top of each other just to give it a little bit more dimension. Make it look like a bed full of pumpkins. I'm just stacking these. I love it. Love it, love it. I think I'm going to put one or two more over here, but what do you think? Let's see. I think what I'm going to do now is take a couple of pieces of the raffia and glue it to the back of the truck so it looks like a little bit of, you know, straw in the back. Just a couple pieces, not too much. Just to kind of hide a little bit. I've got a couple little sprigs showing, or a couple little pieces of the truck, and I just want to kind of hide that a little bit. Just tuck a couple little frays of this in here and see what happens. Just a little here and there. Alright, now that we have our raffia on here, we're going to take and turn this over and put jute twine on the back of it as a hanger. And I've just taken, twisted a couple. We're just going to hot glue it on the back. Let that dry a little bit, and then we're going to put our harvest sign on. Now we're going to take our metal harvest sign that we got out of the 3-pack from the Dollar Tree and just hot glue it right here on our truck. Put a little bit of hot glue in a couple spots. Be careful because this is metal. and hot glue, and it does get hot. Attach it right to the top. And here it is, guys. I think this turned out so super cute. Let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out. I love the truck. I'm so glad we decided to paint it blue, and the raffia that we put in at the end, I think it really give it that little final touch. And the candles, oh my gosh, I absolutely love those. I have to admit, I'm proud of myself. Tell me what you think. Leave me a comment below, and leave me a comment below. I certainly appreciate it. And again, guys, subscribe if you like this. Hey, kitty, kitty. And remember to hit the little notification bell, and YouTube should notify you every time I upload a new video. Until next time, bye.